Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon by doing something Disney related. So I'm going to bring up Star Wars. I don't say why not, but it's more of a response of like a short podcast. And yeah, something to do with the right wing and the politics and all that. Why, I don't even know. I'll insert what they said in just a minute or two, but I usually want to give a brief summary of what they're talking about. So, but not in this case because I don't even know what they're talking about. So, in their podcast, they titled it something in the lines of military and the bar scene in Star Wars. What does that even mean? So, something about immigration and how the some immigration people will go through the process to get the legal papers, letting the good immigrants from whatever country they originate from be entered, but don't go to the point where you get bad people from different countries. What you trying to say here exactly? When it comes to the bar scene in Star Wars, there are two that come to mind: the continued scene from A New Hope, and then another scene from Star Wars: Attack of the Clones. When they were talking about death sticks or something. But yeah, that's like the only two bar scenes that come to mind. But both scenes basically revolve around criminals. So is that what you're trying to say here? That immigrants from different countries are a bunch of criminals? And if you allow too many to come into America, it should be a cesspool of criminals? Seems a bit xenophobic, don't you think? And like, I guess to be more clear on my end is that, I mean, yes, okay, there are some bar scenes in its expanded material, like in the video games, in the comics, in the books, so on and so forth. But that's never mentioned. So most of the time, a lot of the average people who watch Star Wars, most of the time, they would just refer to the movies, and nothing else really when you think about it. That's it. So none of it makes any sense. The entire thing seems hand-fisted. Is what I'm getting at. There's no build up. It just get it immediately to what they were trying to talk about. How does this tie into Star Wars specifically? I don't know. It's just it's just that their title of their podcast has Star Wars military and bar scene in its title. Why? I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to let it play for all the way through so everybody can hear it and whatnot. So here we go, guys.
My question is to any and all of the candidates is that one thing is that they know that these jihadists are there. Everyone that has committed jihad is all Muslim. So why aren't they prohibiting the 57? Why don't they prohibit the 57 Arabic nations from bringing in, importing all those people? Why don't we import good people? What we import, like we allow 1.1 million into the United States. What, I mean, there's more questions like that I'd like to ask, like where's the fence? When are you and don't give them the bomb and Iran and
Right.
don't give them the $150 billion. Oh, there's
Right. Well, I think that, George, I think it's an important question on immigration that most people overlook. When we talk about immigration, most people immediately go to illegal immigration, those coming across the southern border primarily. And there are other than, what they call OTM, other than Mexican, other than Hispanics. There are those coming from Asia, those coming from the Middle Eastern countries. But legal immigration is a big problem. And you've just pointed that out, George, that they need to say, all right, in your immigration policy, those countries that you allow to immigrate to this country, are you going to make national security in the best interest of America? Are you going to put that at the forefront of your immigration policy? Because this administration has not. When you look at the people that have come in from Muslim countries, I mean, we're basically allowing people to come in some already radicalized, others being radicalized, that threaten our country from within. And the problem with that long term is that in order to secure the nation, we will have to we're already seeing it happen, turning America into a police state, to where law-abiding citizens, and I'm going to probably talk about this tomorrow, outraged as I was catching up on the news. I literally disconnected last week. I was in the mountains of Tennessee and Smoky Mountains. I didn't have cell and email, which was great most of the time. Got it at night. Sometimes I went back to the cabin. But I just didn't stay up on the news. So when I got back, I saw where the Navy is going to pursue non-judicial punishment against the, I think he was a lieutenant commander in Chattanooga, who had a personal firearm, and who knows how many lives he may have saved as a result of shooting at this terrorist. It's incredible. The guy should be getting a medal, not being brought up on charges. So I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. I think I have General Boykin's going to join me. We're going to talk about that and some new information coming out. The military announcing they're having trouble recruiting. Surprise, surprise. They've destroyed religious freedom in our military. They've turned it into a parade that looks like the bar scene in Star Wars. And they're wondering why they can't recruit people. I mean, it's beyond words.
This is business about a matter and who's going to be elected in office. And this podcast was posted on SoundCloud, 6 years ago? So when Obama was in office. And is that what you're talking about? And you want to be careful who's going to do what now? With who? So, I know Obama did receive a lot of criticism from the Republican side. Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on here with this? I don't get it. And yeah, again, like I said, this seems so hand-fisted. They just get straight to some aspects of the podcast. What relations does those bar scenes? I'm not even which one of the two they're talking about. Do you mean from the New Hope, or from the one from Attack of the Clones? I don't know. I'm gonna say New Hope, since a lot of people, other fans prefer that one over the other film. So I'm guessing that one. You know when Luke Skywalker has to meet up with Solo with Obi-Wan, work some sort of deal, and then and to go to another place and whatnot because Luke discovered that his parents are okay, not really his parents, but his guardians are dead and whatnot because they were killed by the Empire. I try to use this as a metaphor for something. I'm getting the hunch that maybe this whole bit of the scene is supposed to be used as a metaphor for some kind. I just don't get what exactly that's supposed to be, really. It's incredibly, it's unservably vague in a lot of ways. It's so poorly set up that I don't know what specifically are they trying to get at. I know Star Wars is supposed to be a part of the conversation in some sort of way. I just don't get how. I don't know what these two people mean what they were talking about Smoky Mountains. What does that have to do with anything? Something about Muslims or something? I mean, I know that George W. Bush at the time had did something like a campaign of weapons of mass destruction. Is that what you were referring to when they talk about Muslims or something? I don't know. And yeah, I know when it comes to these podcasts, I know they're all terrible in their own way, in various different ways. But this one is also bad because nothing's conveyed here. I mean, I could say this about all of them of these, podcasts I cover, but this is especially true with this one. I still don't know what this has to do with the Star Wars on that bar scene or scenes, but okay. So I just thought I'd bring this up, folks, because I don't. What? But yeah, it just seems like something weird. If you're asking me, weird in a bad way, of course. Gotta bring it up. I know they're trying to speak about something about politics and whatnot. Just tie it all together in one way or another. As a way to speak about the maybe something about politics, like some politician they disagree with, or if not both politicians they might disagree with. I mean, you still could vote and be and still disagree with both parties. I mean, this is like a neutral party as well, if you're going to go in that route or whatever. Because in the beginning of that podcast, the individual was made a reference to who you could vote into office. I make sure they're, you know what they're doing and whatnot. I mean, okay, fair enough, but I just don't know what that has to do with Star Wars. What someone like Vader maybe elected or whatever. I have no idea. I really don't know. I just thought I'd quickly cover this because it gives me a chance to talk about Star Wars in some vague, stupid way, I guess you can say. I mean, I have no problem with these movies, really, like at all. Personally, even though they have made some bad movies over the years, but the series as a whole, I got no beef with it, really. I mean, I was never the biggest fan, but I don't hate it, really. And I know they're gonna make. And I know Disney is gonna make a new Star Wars film eventually, whatnot. I mean, I know this has nothing to do with Disney, like at all. Like because as mentioned earlier, this was released a good 6 years ago ish, somewhere around there. But yeah, it's quite old. It's about a decade old. So I highly doubt that this had anything to do with the Disney Star Wars films. But alright, I guess I'll just end it here because I just thought this was just ridiculous. Ridiculously stupid because it's so vague. So incredibly vague. I don't know what they're talking about. It was basically all over the place. Again, as usual, like the other podcasts I've spoken about. Alright folks, I guess I'll just end it here. So, thanks for having a look, of course. Much appreciated. Later. Yes, sirree. Woo! Ugh. I need to find something else to do. I mean, really. Later.